Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Zoom call. It's the first Monday night Zoom call. It's the 18th of June. I can't believe we're saying that halfway through the year. And tonight we have got an incredible guest speaker, the amazing Fraser Brooks. So this guy absolutely needs no introduction as Arbonne girls. But I'm just going to tell you how I happened upon Fraser. And that was really at the beginning of this year. So we had a lot of changes through Facebook at the beginning of the year, a lot of algorithm changes, and a friend of mine sent me a video that Fraser had done talking about the algorithms, and I absolutely loved it. Followed him on Facebook, watched all of his other videos, watched him do a video with his mum and his dog, and I just absolutely loved how much content, how much value he packs into such a short period of time. So authentic, so honest, love your Liverpudlian accent, love your sense of humour. All of us Arbonne girls have got a mega soft spot for you, Fraser. So I will say no more. I won't take up too much of your time, and I'll hand over to you.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate you having me on. It means a lot. I didn't even realise when we booked this that England will be playing, and this is way better than watching the football, right? So I just want you all to know that. And if I kind of occasionally do this and go, or no, then you know exactly why, right? Because it is kind of on over oh, it's half time. Happy days, brilliantly timed. All right, so guys, if you can hear me okay, just do me one of these, just kind of like go crazy. Yeah, there we go. Awesome, happy days. Right, yeah, so my name's Fraser Brooks. I'm 30 years old, and I'm a generic network marketing coach, trainer, speaker, and consultant. Obviously inside the industry of network marketing. I'll just kind of tell you quickly about my story and kind of how I've ended up onto this call, I suppose. My parents got started in network marketing in 1987 on the 26th of October. My dad actually rented out the rooms of his house to strangers to pay for his bills. And one day he walks down from his bedroom and he sees on the kitchen table the newspaper, and he just saw a picture of an Aston Martin, and above it said MLM, MLM, MLM. I drive an Aston Martin, you can too. Like, call this number for more. And honestly, he thought MLM stood for Make Love Monthly. That's what he thought MLM stood for. He thought Make Love Monthly. He went, well, that's not very appealing. Like, maybe it's Make Love Mondays. And he was like, well, Aston Martin, Make Love Mondays, like, still doesn't seem quite right. So he thought it stood for make lots of money, make love to money. I think I nearly just said that. Make lots of money. So he rang up and he heard it was multi-level marketing, went to the event, and I was in the room in the womb. So my parents were pregnant. My mum was pregnant with me, and they basically decided to join the business. Unfortunately for them, that company, they did okay, but the company got shut down. It was in the late 80s, and there was loads of different problems back then. The second company he was with, he hit the top of the compensation plan, but the company got shut down. And then the third company he was with a diet cookie company. And the tagline was, eat cake, lose weight, right? Imagine that. Hey, do you like cake? Yeah, who doesn't? Yeah, exactly. Do you want to eat more of it and lose weight while you eat it? Yeah. Well, join. That was the pitch. And it just went crazy. And when I was from 8 years old to 18 years old, I saw my parents make over $10 million from the industry of network marketing, which, although is a shed load of money now, it was like 10 sheds load of money back then, right? So I was a spoiled brat from 8 years old to 18 years old, completely spoiled. But I can say that because I know, although I don't have kids, if I did have kids and I was able to spoil them, I would spoil them, right? You're a spoiled brat. It's not your fault. It's your parents' fault. Thanks, mum and dad, for creating a spoiled brat, right? But when I was 15, I did get a job as like dishwasher and all that. And then I worked in a care home and eventually a estate agent and then network marketing. So I was 22 and I was 18, sorry. I'd seen all the fortune, the fame, the freedom, the people, the cars, everything in network marketing, like literally everything, right? But also I saw the bad side. And the bad side to me was I thought that I had to be a massive, crazy extrovert who was going to speak in front of hundreds of people every single day to succeed. And guess what? I was scared of that, right? I'm going to just say it. I was shit scared of that, right? Sod it, okay? So I thought, you know what? It's not for me. So I said no for 4 years, from age 18 to 22. And instead, I went to university. I went to university to study construction management, which actually stands for con man, which is quite funny. Con for construction and man for management. Don't know, that just worked out pretty well, didn't it? Like my mates took the mick out of me for that one. So anyway, so I did that. I partied. I literally was chasing girls, chasing boys, just doing that and all that sort of stuff. Well, maybe, right? But I was young. Anyway, 22 years old here, and I just thought, you know what? My life's going nowhere. I've got no future, no passion, no purpose, no vision, no nothing. Nothing going for me. And my parents were flying all over the world, making like heaps of money, and I wasn't. I was going to be working on a construction site. Didn't really fancy that. So I got involved in network marketing, right? And I decided to get involved in network marketing to build it on social media. And I wanted to build on social media because I just thought that was going to be the best way of doing it. I didn't want to go, going up and down the streets. I didn't want to leave the house. I wanted to stay at home. Oh, it's a home-based business, but you got to leave the house and walk the streets to go find people with a pulse. I was like, well, that's not what I want to do. So I went to my dad's office and said, Dad, I'm in. And he goes, what's changed? I said, I'm going to build it all on social media. And he just went, oh, you flipping idiot. Like, please tell me you're having a laugh. He said, come back in 30 minutes. Come back in 30 minutes. So I left. Come back in 30 minutes. I literally 29, 30 minutes later. And he'd had like 8 of his best friends in the network marketing industry on a Skype call. Like owners of companies, CEOs of companies, consultants of companies, like literally, you name it. They're like best of the best in network marketing. And they go, guys, Fraser's just about to join network marketing, that he's about to join the business. And they were like, yeah, go on, Fraser. Like, yeah, finally, woo, best thing ever. Like CEOs going nuts, right? And then he goes, now, Fraser, tell them why you're joining. I said, social media guys. And they were all like, oh, you flipping idiot. Don't do it on social media. It doesn't work. And they all challenged me. They said, guys, Fraser, success leaves clues. So go and find out someone who's been successful, right? And then we'll say, yeah, go do it. So they did. So what did I do? I went out there. I couldn't find a single book, webinar, seminar, company, leader. I couldn't find any success. So I went back to my dad and he said, Dad, you're right. There's no success. He went, so guess what? If you want to do it on social media, you go ahead, but I can't mentor you because I haven't got a flipping clue what I'm doing on social media. So you know what? I thought, yeah, sod it. I'm going to go do it. So for 6 weeks, I spammed the entire world, right? So all I did was, hey, Bob, I noticed that we are like-minded individuals because we are both on the same Facebook fan page and group. You're going to absolutely love what I'm involved in because we're obviously the same people. So if you would like to know more information, here's a link to my video, youtube.com// blah, 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 blah. There you go. And you're going to absolutely love what I've got to, you're obviously going to love what I've got to show you here. So instead of asking questions, why don't you just join mycompanyx.com/Fraser. All you have to do is click the button there, enter your enrollment form, and you'll be in. And then we can answer your questions. All right? See you on the other side. Whoop. Right. That's what I did. So I copied, changed the name, paste. Copied, changed the name, paste. Copied, forget to change the name, paste. Oh no, sorry, Sarah, for calling you Bob. Right? That was the master plan. Spent a couple of weeks in Facebook jail. That was a very, very lonely time. It was very, very lonely time. Right? So then it all changed because I walked downstairs, went to my dad. You're right. You were right. Doesn't work. And he goes, oh, Fraser. And he taught me a few things and I basically put them into practice and was able in 4.5 years from that moment, was able to build a team of over 300,000 customers, all using social media, right? So imagine, guys, I'm going to teach you some of the stuff. It's very difficult to teach it in a short space of time, but imagine if you had 300,000 customers in your business, what would it mean? Chances are it's going to mean a shitload of money to start with, right? Second of all, it means you're going to be like top of the comp plan, which is a good feeling. And third of all, you would have helped a lot of people along the way, right? And that's what happened to me. My life completely changed. But as a result, I became that person that people were contacting going, Fraser, we've heard that you built your business using social media. We can't find anyone else. How did you do it, right? So I was working with companies and leaders, and my owner didn't like that. Didn't like me doing that. So I decided on the 8th of November 2016, the date Donald Trump got elected, go Donald, that I would actually step out of the field of network marketing and help everyone else in network marketing, like from a generic point of view. it was the scariest, stupidest decision, if that's even a word, decision that I've ever made. The reason for that is I built this incredible residual income and I had to sacrifice it all to do generic, because I can't be a member or a distributor of a network marketing company and then go teach other networks. That's just not really that cool. Just doesn't really work like that. So anyway, started doing it. We monetized it in May last year. So the last 13 months have had the Ninja Networker. You might have heard of it. You might not have. That's been open. That's how we basically make our money now. And we do these sort of stuff for free. We don't charge anything for it. We just do it to help people. So what am I going to teach you? So I'm going to teach you what I taught my team to do every single day. Like, I don't know if you guys call it a DMO or you call it something else, but we call it DMO, Daily Method of Operation. So I'm going to kind of go over some of the things that we do every single day. So the first thing, and you'll notice all of these steps begin with the letter C, right? There's so many C words for network marketing. It's incredible. So the first C is content, right? So the content that you produce is not going to get people to join you necessarily, but it's going to determine whether someone is going to want to add you or not. So imagine if someone comes over to your profile and it's just like sales page, sales page, sales page, sales page. Guess what? Chances are no one's going to want to be your friend because you look like the door salesman, the door-to-door salesman, like, oh, they've got something to sell. So when the door-to-door salesman comes on and knocks on the door, everyone's hiding behind the curtain going, oh, please leave. I'm not answering the phone to him. I'm not answering the door to him, right? But if we create curiosity instead of raising resistance, then we're going to do all right. So I use something called RVL. The R stands for, I know I go real fast through all this. The R stands for results. The V stands for value. And the L stands for lifestyle. So I want to show the results of the products, right? I want to show value around things that I'm interested in or the products. And I want to show off my lifestyle, right? And don't worry, guys. You don't have to drive a Ferrari or go on exotic holidays or wear Gucci T-shirts and all that crap to have a good lifestyle. Oh, that begins with a letter C, right? You don't. You really don't. You just have to be in everybody. You just have to walk your dog, spend more time with your kids, go out with your husband to the cinema. Those are just things you got to do because people relate to you. You also want to talk about your struggles more than your successes. Because I've noticed this, that if you always talk about your successes, people are like, oh my God, like she's just driving me crazy. Like, I can't stand that girl. Can't stand that woman. But they also start thinking, it's okay for her because she's this, and this. She always wins at everything. Whereas if you talk about your struggles, people can relate to you and be like, oh yeah, I'm like that. Oh yeah, if she can do it, so can I. And that's one thing that people always say to me. They say, Fraser, I feel like I can relate to you, but how have you done so well? Like, because I've never ever forgot where I came from. And I never ever forgot that it took me a lot of struggles to get to the successes that I had. Right. So that's content. And you guys can come up with different ideas. It's like we could take hours talking about what content to post, but the important thing is to create curiosity instead of raising resistance. Facebook Lives are the best kind of content you can ever produce because the exposure is nuts. In a 60-day window, my lives get viewed by a million minutes every 60 days. 1 million minutes. Do you think I get exposure? Yeah. Do you think I involve people in the conversation? Yeah. Do you think I can upgrade people in the messenger? Yeah. Upgrade them to what? Someone who joins the program that I'm with. Obviously, coaching program, not network marketing program. So the second C is comment, right? Comment. Now, this is where you can start to build a business because you can start to build an audience, right? So I have something called the toilet technique. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit of a weird technique. You've never heard Eric Worre say this one. And what it requires is, first of all, a toilet. Second of all, a human. And third of all, your phone. So you walk into the toilet, you shut the door. Don't let your kids in the toilet when you go into the toilet, right? Lock it, right? Lock it. Put a flipping door, a chair up next to it so no one can, destroy your moment of peace in the toilet, right? Then get your phone, obviously pants down, sit on the toilet, whatever, right? You don't have to. You can just sit on the toilet without doing all that if you wanted. But then you're going to take your phone out and you're going to spend 3 to 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how long you want that peace and quiet, by going into the news feed, loving people's statuses and dropping a comment, going onto the stories across the top of the mobile phone and dropping a comment, giving an emoji, going into groups that you're in and loving the statuses, dropping a comment, going into your posts and dropping a comment and giving an emoji and all that sort of stuff. Now, the reason why it's called the toilet technique is I know for a fact every single person on this call, although you might not admit it, because bless you, Vicky, although you not admit it, because I know women don't do a number 2. Like, it's a myth that they do, right? But I know that everyone on this call at least once a day sits on the toilet. And I know if you can sit on the toilet like I can, if I can do it, so can you. It's the most duplicatable technique there is on the planet. Everyone can do it. Now, the more you love and the more you comment on people's posts, the more people are going to see you. Wow, rocket science, right? So when they keep seeing your name flipping pop up, Fraser Brooks has commented on this, Fraser Brooks has posted that, Fraser Brooks has said this, Fraser Brooks has done that. They keep thinking, oh my God, this guy is either driving me nuts or he's doing something right. Who the hell is he? Right? Curiosity. They click on me. They click on you. Oh, nice. Good lifestyle, good value, results. He's helping someone with the results, whatever. Maybe I'll add him. Maybe I won't. If they don't, what are you going to do? Well, nothing, because you wouldn't know about it if they didn't add you. If they do, great. We're going to move on to the third step, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But before I do that, when it comes to content, sorry, I forgot to mention this, is think of it like this way. If you get a headache, what do you take? Some people do, some people don't. You take Nurofen or paracetamol, ibuprofen. I've recently learned how to say that word. I've been saying ibuprofen for like literally 6 months, like 30 years even. All right. So you take those things. Do you know what's in it? Nah. But you know what it does? It helps with your headache, right? I don't know what's in paracetamol. Probably just a load of rubbish. But I know it solves my headache. So you don't tell what it is that you do. Sorry, you don't tell what it is. You tell what it does, right? So you don't say like, oh, I'm involved in this incredible product or this incredible business opportunity. No, you say, I'm involved in something that can help you with this. I'm involved in this opportunity that can help you with more time, more freedom, more money. People don't give a crap about what it is. They care what it does, right? So you've created content. You're commenting all over Facebook with the toilet technique. Then the third C is connect, right? You connect with people. So what do? Someone adds you. First of all, you check them out. Why? Because you want to make sure they're not going to send you a picture of their body parts, right? Because, yeah, I've been sent a hairy nipple. I've been sent an elbow. I've been sent an unpainted toenail. Come on, if you're going to send me a toenail, at least flip and paint it, right, first. Don't be giving me one of those cheesy toenails. Like, I'm not interested in that, right? I'm just not. So I'm going to check you out to make sure you're not going to send me one of those. You just know. You're not going to send me one of those body parts. You're not going to ask me for a marriage proposal. You're not going to see if I can help you with a visa. You're not an ex-military widow, right? I'm not interested. So I'm going to check you out to make sure you're legit. And you know what? You women are going to get it harder than the men. The men get the Ukrainian supermodels ad those, and that's absolutely fine. But you women, like you get the the visa specialists and all this sort of stuff, right? So they're legit. What do? Oh, confirm. No. If you're not in a situation to send this following message, don't confirm them, because this will help with your algorithm and all that sort of stuff. So right, okay, Bob's just added me. Seems legit. Doesn't look like he's going to send me a body part, like a picture of a body part. Geez, right, in the mail, like it's a toe, right? So you're going to add him or confirm him, and then you're going to send this message. Hey Bob, it's great to be connected with you here on. Sorry, I'll go slower. Hey Bob, smiley face. It's great to be connected with you here on Facebook. How's things? Hey Bob, smiley face. It's great to be connected with you here on Facebook. Rocket emoji. How's things? Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but if I go to the pub or if I meet someone new and they go, hey, Fraser, it'd be great to be mates with you. I go, yeah, you too. How's things? I don't go, yeah, you too. Would you like to join my business opportunity? Like, nah, because I'm going to get a slap or I'm going to get a punch or I'm going to get something worse. Like, who does that? Don't spam. Don't be a Spamela Anderson. It just doesn't work, right? Don't be a Spamela Anderson. That's all you got to do to connect. It's as simple as that. I want to be your mate. Okay, let's be mates. How are you? You know what? If you say to someone, like if someone comes to me and goes, hey, Fraser, I'd love to be your mate. And I go, great, cool. How's things with you? And they go, and just walk away or don't answer. They see my message and don't respond. You know what I do? Well, freaking screw you then, mate. Delete, unfriend, ta-ra. I don't want to be mates who want to be mates with me and then not respond. That's not a friend. That's just a numpty, right? My dad would say, go back to Sesame Street, you muppet. That's what he would say, right? So then we move on to number 4. And number 4 is communicate. Communicate. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've had a conversation in your life, you know how to communicate with someone. I can't teach you how to communicate with other people because everyone knows how to communicate. If you've got parents or you've had parents at some point, or you've got kids, or you've got a dog or a cat or whatever, you've probably had a conversation. When we're kids, we have imaginary friends. I did, I think, right? I had a conversation with them. But what I use, right? What I use is something called the frog formula, the frog philosophy, the frog principle, whatever you want to call it, where the F stands for family, the R stands for recreation, the O stands for occupation, and the G stands for goals, right? Family, recreation, occupation, goals. So you talk about someone's family. You talk about what they do in their spare time, their recreation. You talk about what they do for a living, their occupation. You talk about what their goals, dreams, ambitions are for goals. However, if you don't have a family, don't talk to someone about their family. I imagine this. Hey, Bob, so tell me about your family. Cool, yeah, I've got a wife and 2 kids. Oh, what are your kids' names? Sarah and Billy. And how old are Sarah and Billy? Sarah's 8 and Billy's 10. How about you? Do you have any kids? No, I don't. But tell me more about yours, please. I really want to know. It's just a bit weird. It's just a little bit weird. So if you don't have family, you don't feel comfortable talking about someone else's family, talk about location. L for location. Now, I know it makes the word log, not frog, but so what? Doesn't have to look all pretty to be pretty, right? So where are you based? I see you're in Sydney. What's the weather like over in Sydney? Oh, it's great today. How about you? I'm in Liverpool. The weather's absolutely crap today. What do you do over in Sydney? I work on a construction site. Cool. How long have you been working on the construction site for? 25 years. 25 years. You must be loving it if you've been doing it for 25 years. No, I absolutely hate my boss. It just pays the bills. Oh, right. Okay. So all I'm going to do is a little bit of back and forth, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, chit chat. Guess what? If I go on a date and I don't like the conversation's not flowing, who cares? I go and date someone else, right? Just because the conversation doesn't flow or they don't reply to me or it's all of me and they're blunt one messages, who cares? Just move on to the next person. There's so many people. And I'll kind of explain it to you in a minute in like an easy way to understand in a bit, if I remember, right? After a bit of chit chat, you're then going to ask them the all-important question. What's the question? Right? The all-important question. And this is what's going to I think I've frozen a little bit. Okay. Yeah, this is what's going to transition. We're good. This is what's going to transition from chit chat, a little bit of back and forth, to, now let's talk about the product or the business. All right? And that's this. Bob, just curious, would you be open to checking out some information on how to, and then I'm going to enter in something I've had in their in conversation, or I'm going to enter in something I see on their profile, or I'm going to enter in something that is just generic, which we can come up with now. Bob, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on how to spend more time with your family? Bob, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on how to go shopping more? Bob, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on how to fire your boss? Bob, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on how to travel the world with your family in 90 days? Bob, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on a side hustle I'm working on? Bob, just curious, would you be open to checking out some more information on how to make money from Facebook? There's so many things you can say. So many. But you girls, you guys, if there's any guys on here, you girls and guys, you can come together and think and brainstorm of some ideas on that, right? And then at the end, before you send this message, you've got to say the most important thing. So, hey Bob, just curious, would you be open to checking out some information on an exciting side hustle I'm working on? No worries if not, I just thought I would ask. No worries if not, I just thought I would ask. And here's why you do that. You've got to give them an out. Network marketing gets a bad name. Why? Because people go, oh, I don't want to do network marketing because I don't want to convince my friends and family. Because why? We're all going out there trying to convince our friends and family. So what else have they got to think? Oh, all you're doing, no network marketing, is just convincing your friends and family. So let's flipping stop it. Because then it comes sexy again. When I went to Asia and built my team in Asia, honestly, if I went into the middle of a supermarket and went, I'm in network marketing, everyone stops coming over to me and go, what company, what company, what company? Oh, amazing, you're a network marketer. Oh, I've met one, right? If I do that in Tesco's after this call, I'm in network marketing, I've got the whole shop to myself in 5 minutes because everyone's bailed, everyone's left. It's not a sexy industry here. It flipping is in Asia because they're not convincing. They're just going around. Is it for you? Yeah, great. If it's not, great. See ya. So you say, hey, Bob, just curious. Would you be open to checking out some more information on how to make money from your Facebook account? No worries if not. Just thought I would ask. So what do they say? You're not spamming them because you've got to know them first. Sorry, I get very, very passionate about this sort of topic. I've got network marketing in my veins. So it just, yeah, I go way too fast. But I'm trying to cram as much as I can in a short space of time. Right, okay. So they're going to say yes, no, or maybe. I'm telling you now, they're going to say no a very little amount of time because you've taken the time to get to know them, right? They're going to say yes a very little amount of time as well because you hardly know them. They'll say maybe, depends what it is. Is it one of those pyramid things? I'm sure my girlfriend's rabbits, dogs, cat did this once. Blah, 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 blah. Not that kind of rabbit. Easy, right? So, okay. So what's going to happen is they're going to say no. So what do you say? Oh, please. No, you don't. You would say, hey, no worries. What have you got planned for the weekend? Something like that. You just go, I'm asking the question, they're not interested. Okay, let's just carry on the conversation. But what's going to happen? Over the next days, weeks, months, now they're going to be seeing your posts and content. And it's going to be kicking them. They're going to be kicking their sides thinking, I wonder what it is she actually does. Because she does post on social media and it looks pretty good. The lifestyle does seem a little bit better than mine, right? So then 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks down the line, you say, hey, Bob, how's things, mate? All good, mate. How are you? Yeah, good, man. Bob, just curious. Are you happy with everything going on in your life right now? Or would you be open to checking out some information on how to change it? No worries if not. I just thought I would ask. Now, the chances are of him saying no that time is absolutely minimal. Because the curiosity has got the better of him and he wants to know what it is, or she wants to know what it is. They might not be serious, but they're definitely curious. If I was to tell you, at the 497 strangers that I sponsored in my business, over 350 of them said no the first and second time, I wouldn't be lying. 350 people I sponsored, it took me at least 3 times following up, ask the question, follow up once, follow up the second time for them to say yes. The problem is, guys, the majority of you don't follow up because you feel like you can't follow up because you feel like you've tried to convince them, and then following up is just painful It's like, oh God, I can't ask her again. She's already rejected me on that first date. I can't ask her again for another date. Like, oh, please go on a date with me. No, I'm not interested. Are you going to ask her next month? Oh, have you changed? Do I look better now? No. Right. So what happens if they say yes or maybe? You're not just going to go, oh, here's some information. There you go. Go watch it. No. You would say, it's a visual thing. I would need to show you. Yeah, some men say that, and they're not going to send you. They're going to send you. Yeah, okay. All right. It's a visual thing. I would need to show you. And then we move on to the fifth step. Close. We move on to the fifth step. Close. So I'm going to jump on a call with them. Whether it's a video call, audio call, if I have to video message them. A lot of people don't video message, but it's so powerful. Way more powerful than audio message. Right? People are starting to get pissed off with audio messages. Sorry. Really sorry if there's kids around. I know the football's on and stuff. Okay? I think it might be like my 10th swear word I've mentioned, so sorry times 10. Okay? 10x on it. Right? So, you jump on a call. You get to know them a little bit. And then you say this magic word, magic sentence. Bob, when do you have 20 minutes to take out of your life to potentially take the rest of your life off? Right? Bob, when do you have 20 minutes to take out of your life to potentially take the rest of your life off? Now, the 20 minutes depends on what your system is. If you do like one-to-ones and it takes an hour, or you do Zoom calls and it takes 45 minutes, or you have a video presentation or whatever and it takes 15 minutes, whatever it is, you insert that amount of time. Because I'm telling you this, the 15-minute presentation that I saw that made me say yes to network marketing, it changed my life. That presentation had the potential to change my life. I said yes, and I eventually said yes to joining. It changed my life. So it can to them too. So they said, I can do it now. So I go, great. It's 9 o'clock. We're going to jump off this call. I'm going to send you the link. You're going to be done at 9:20. So I'm going to call you at 9:25. Does that sound fair? Does that sound fair? The answer is always yes. I'm going to call. You're going to be done 9:20. I'll call you at 9:25. Does that sound fair? So you're doing the follow-up in the invite. That's where the majority of people go wrong. They follow up. They've invited. There's information. And they go, I'll follow them up next week. No. Follow them up as soon as they've seen it. Don't let them see it until you've arranged a follow-up. It's very simple. And I know I make it sound simple, but you've got to put the numbers through it. Right? So, guess what's going to happen? 1 in 3 of the people are not going to answer the call. And 2 out of 3 are. 1 of the 2 are going to be really polite and well-mannered, and the other 1 of the 2 is going to be like, ask you some questions. They are. It's the way it is. So you answer the questions, you get an upline in, you do 3-way messages. If you've ever done one of those, you get 3-way chat, like on Facebook, and you introduce each other, blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to say this question, the closing statement or the closing question. Because, guys, it's not an expensive decision. Like in reality, like related to other things people buy, it's not that expensive. Kids trainers now are like nearly 200 quid. It's flipping nuts, right? 200 quid on trainers or a life-changing business. Let me think about that one. The trainer, no, obviously not. Right, okay. So here's a closing statement. Is there anything you need to know right now? Is there anything you need to know right now to say, in order for you to say yes today? Is there anything you need to know right now in order for you to say yes today? That's it. No, I don't think so. Great. Sounds like you're ready to get started. Oh, let me tell you about the incentive plan. No. They've said yes, get them in. Tell them that after they've signed up. All right? Doing all these is a step-by-step process. If they say, oh, I need to check with my girlfriend, my boyfriend, how long does that usually take you? Give me 24 hours. Great. Same time tomorrow? Sounds good. Work with the people who are going to be interested. Forget the people who are going to waste your time. There's plenty more people. Now, I frogged. Yes, it is a sex position, but like not that dirty. I went through the frogging process with 12,000 people in 5 years, right? which worked out about 8 people a day. It's not that many. Now, I was, at the time when I was building, I was single, I have no kids, right? I was in a position to do that, but my results were insane. Now imagine if you took mine, instead of having 300,000 customers, you had 30,000 customers. You need to frog 1 person a day to have similar numbers to what I did. It's not that many. Of the 12,000, 4,000 went through the system to the point where they were going to follow up. And 497 people said yes. And that turned into 300,000. This is how I'm going to explain it to you, online versus offline. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago, if you wanted to kiss a boy, you would go out with your mates. You would go out with your mates and you would go find someone, or they would find you, whether you attracted them or they, you went up to them or you attracted them. And guess what? They're going to ask you to buy you a drink. You maybe ask them if you could buy them a drink if you're that keen, right? And it's going to be a numbers game. So some of them you will, some of them you won't. You have a couple of drinks with them. Then you ask, or they ask you to dance with them, right? Then it wasn't bump and grind like it is now. It's flipping, doing the waltz and doing the tango and all that sort of stuff. 2, 3, 4 dancers go on. Can I have your number? Yeah, sure. You get a napkin out. Half the time it's the right number. The other half of the time it's the wrong number. Then you go out for a first date, second date, third date, fourth date, fifth date. Then you do the business, maybe, right? Then you meet the parents. Maybe the morning after you meet the parents, right? Then you move in together. Then you get down on one knee. Then you get married. Then you have a kid. Then you do all that sort of stuff. But now, people aren't leaving their flipping homes. They're on their phone. This is the phone in this situation. And all they're doing is this. They're swiping right, swiping left, whatever, which way, whichever, to connect with a shed load of people. So there are lads, some of my mates, they're in threads of conversations with 30 plus women at a time, chatting to them, buttering them up to see if they can go on a date with a handful of them, to see their chance their arms. They're not going out into Liverpool once a week on a Saturday night and speaking to 30 women for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. It's impossible. But when they get the date, from that point onwards, the process is the same. So what I'm saying is the way we connect with people has changed over the years. Online is the best way to connect with people. But the process of taking someone from connection to distributor is still old school. The old school skills will never die. The process of how we connect with people will. All right? So I hope you get value from that. I hope you can use those steps and just understand, guys. I say guys, girls, whatever, right? You're going to deal with a lot of crap. You're going to get criticism from your friends and family, nearest and dearest. You're going to get rejection from people you meet on social media. You're going to deal with arseholes. Sorry again. You are, because people are going, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. Oh, you're conning people. Oh, it's so expensive what you're doing. How could you? And you're going to have to deal with problems. But the bigger the problems you solve, the bigger your paycheck will be. It's as simple as that. If you get good at connecting, be a pro at promoting, and solve problems like an absolute beast, you'll be the best network marketer on the planet. Those are the 3 things. Eric Worre's second book should be the 3 skills to network marketing, because that's all you really need to know. Connect, promote people, events, systems, and then solve people's problems. That's it. You do that, you'll crush it. All right? Sweet. Well, thanks so much for having me on. I really, really appreciate it. If you get value, feel free to understand that I do Tuesday night lives, 9 p.m. every week, 9 p.m. If it doesn't clash with if you have any other trainings on that at 9 p.m. Tuesday, then don't go. Go to your company stuff, not my stuff. But yeah, I'd love to see you on there. And I'm doing an event at the end of November as well, on the 24th and 25th. I do have it on the details on my cover photo on my profile, so you can see more details there if you want to come along. I think it's going to be the biggest generic network marketing event since the Eric Worre one that he did in 2015. So pumped. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on. Thanks so much for arranging it and calling out to me. And thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time tonight. And thank you for missing the football as well for us. We are grateful for that. Totally honoured. Tonight has just been incredible. The chat is going crazy. In fact, my chat has stopped at 99 comments. There's many, many more. So thank you so much for your time.
Hey, no.
Football.
No, I've got another call in 4 minutes. So the football can wait, right? It's on every 4 years, isn't it? So
this is it. But thank you so much. You are just incredible, and just keep doing what you're doing because we all love you. So thank you so much.
I know. Thank you. That means a lot. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Right.